conscious endeavors. Trying to explain a God job to somebody in the 3D state of consciousness, in the 3D dimension and density of consciousness, is impossible. And they're not going to be able to understand the job or the mission. Don't bother explaining it to them, because they are going to think that you are absolutely insane and psychotic. And then they're going to say that you're schizophrenic, among other things. People who are of a higher frequency and density of consciousness are going to seem crazy to those of lower density, 3D density consciousness. If you're still attached to the matrix and doing matrix things, then you're going to think that people of higher consciousness are absolutely psychotic. This is normal. Absolutely and completely normal. So this is why people can't understand each other when they're on different frequencies. It's almost like they can't have a conversation because the frequency is so different. It's not about hate, it's not about anger, it's not about anything but frequency. Okay? The conscious endeavor's opinion is, when Christ made the sacrifice, is that it was a frequency sacrifice. And I can only say this from my own experience. I sacrificed the frequency, and everything that was on that vibrational frequency of that reality that I was living on before I went to my 10-day meditation, where I meditated for 10 hours a day for 10 days. And when I meditated for 10 hours a day for 10 days, and I did a 9-day Asian Noble Silence, I realized something about myself 9 years later. I didn't understand, and many people don't understand what this is yet, so I didn't realize many of these truths until 9 years after I made the procedure and the meditation. Now we can explain better what the process is, what happens, so people have a better understanding, so we don't have to wait 9 years. Okay? So that's what Jesus Christ made, the sacrifice of frequency. And when you make that sacrifice, you give up your family, your friends, your work, everything, your coworkers, everything. You lose everything. Now, I didn't know this because it took me 9 years of research, homework, and diving down my rabbit holes in order to finally come to this reality and resolution. And I've never heard anybody explain it the way that I'm going to. And the truth is that you sacrifice your frequency, because when you raise your vibrational frequency and consciousness, you lose everything that was on your lower frequency, because you exit your hell and you enter your heaven. And that, my friends, is what Yeshua was teaching, Ascension. We ascend out of our hell, our lower vibrational frequencies of reality, and into our heaven, our head, the higher vibrational frequencies of reality, our heaven. Heaven and hell is on earth, here, where we live now. We don't have to wait to die to go to heaven and hell. It's right here. But the church lied to everybody and said that you have to wait to die. Why? Well, because they want you trapped. That's why. In order to raise from the heel, the hell, raise to the head, the heaven, you ascend out of your hell, your lower vibrational frequency and state of reality, into your heaven. And what happens is you lose everything on that frequency. You know why? Because you're raising your frequency. You're going to a higher channel. You're going to a higher density of consciousness. You're exiting 3D and you're going to 4D and 5D. Some are going to 6D, some are going to 7D right now in these times. In these times, the goal was just to go to 5D, but some of us are going to go to 6 and 7. Congratulations, you did the work. Good job. You did what you were supposed to do. Those going to 6 and 7D. Some might be going higher. And the goal is only to go to 5D in the new earth. But we did such good work in the meditation aspect, in the raising of the vibrational frequencies, in the transmutation. All of the people who are in those sectors did such awesome job that now we're going to raise not to 5D. We might be going to 7 and maybe even 8 or higher, is what the word on the street is. So you have to leave everything behind that no longer serves you. So you lose everything, and then you gain new things that are of the same frequency of the vibration and the dimension and the density of consciousness that you're going to. So you're going to gain all new family, all new friends, all new people, and you lose all your old family, all your old friends, all your old people. Well, what about my blood family, Jonathan? Well, same thing happened to Yeshua. Same thing happened to Buddha. Same thing happened to Saint Germain and other teachers and masters. They had to leave their family home because it was their time. It was their time to leave. It was said that Yeshua could no longer have a meaningful conversation with his family because of the change of frequency and consciousness. And then my family members even told me, wow, you're not even the same person anymore. I don't even know who you are. That's how my consciousness changed. My own father didn't even recognize my consciousness. He says, you're not even the same person that I remember, he told me. And he got scared. Rightfully so. Humans are afraid of the unknown, and that's okay. I forgive him. I love everyone. I love you, Dad. But the thing is we know the truth now. So we have to understand, and we have to realize the truth, the answer, the way, the life, and the light. Yeshua said, I'm the truth, the way, and the life. I said the truth, the way, and the light. Because we are light. So, jokingly, we're light. So we're also teaching light, and we're living light, right? So, check out Meditation Center, Shiva, Adiyogi. Check out Sadhguru's Meditation Center in Tennessee. I went there for 3 days, had some experiences, and enjoyed some of the meditation. So we have to understand that the sacrifice is not with blood, it's with a frequency. We lose everything of our old frequency to gain the new frequencies and everything on the new station. We're going from B96 dance radio to 97.9 heavy metal radio station, Metal Mania Radio, right? So we're going to go to, or classic rock is 97.9, right? Metal is Rebel Radio, right? So if we want to go to Rebel Radio from dance radio, B96, we have to change the vibrational frequency and we have to change the station. We can't have heavy metal and dance on the same station. We have to change the station. Same in reality. We have to change the station of what we were on before to get to the station of where we're going. And that's why we lose everything on the old frequency, because we're raising our frequency. That's why we lose things in our old frequency. We're no longer on that frequency. Okay? So if we want to go from classic rock to heavy metal, if we want to go to 97.9 to Rebel Radio, so we got to go to Rebel Radio, we have to change the station. Otherwise, we're never going to understand the consciousness. Raise your consciousness. Conscious endeavors. Have a good day.